Podcast.
My brother in Christ.
It's cool even started recording.
I started recording whenever he said, welcome to the LSF Podcast, but I didn't catch it.
God damn it.
Why? There's no reason that you would start this. You don't press the button.
You're not wrong, but I just, like, when I do it, I just record and then just hopes that some heat comes across the dashboard.
Anyway, welcome to the LSF Podcast.
Damn, what a banger intro.
Yeah, join
That's
all
all I've
the
ever done, I'll
goats.
say it.
All the goats. Me, Notice the Z, and Lion Eagle 2223, because it rhymes. It's 225, but still. Anyway.
don't just use the wrong name for me.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Because it fits your aesthetic more.
Yeah,
I'm back
Noisy
in audio form,
Jody.
baby. It's me as a little picture again. And this time, I didn't. I'm not the one doing this, so my audio will be on from the start.
Let's go.
Because when I was editing the last podcast, I realised that my audio wasn't coming through until like 10 minutes in.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Sure
I like
that's
that we've never recorded a single scuffed podcast, and everything that we've ever recorded is of the utmost quality.
No, exactly. Which one's
Sure.
the Hitler episode again?
I wasn't scuffed, I was goated.
Yeah.
Only one of the
True.
best.
Speaking
That's
of,
good.
tomorrow is the anniversary of
What
the
day?
greatest day in American history.
Hitler?
Us trying to stop Joe Biden from stealing the election.
Oh, nice. If this podcast was monetized, it'd be demonetized already.
Look like a demonetization speed run.
Well, actually, you know what? Spoilers, it's in 32 minutes over here. Woo! Halfway through the podcast, I'm going to get my flags out. Which one? You don't know. Oh, fuck, that's cringe. I do... Unrelated, if it wasn't going to demonetize now, I was watching Hassan. I've now become like a little bit of like a Hassan YouTube frog. I couldn't watch him stream.
Yeah, dude, Hassan YouTube is goated, actually.
Yeah.
That's how I became super radicalized.
Radicalized.
Yeah, because like I used to be just kind of like, you know, I like didn't like Republicans, but then like I started to watch Hassan over like the pandemic. I was like, damn, Republicans actually are the scum of the earth enemies who are actively trying to make everything worse. Hello, comrades. And like started hating Democrats because I like was informed on issues. I was like, oh, Democrats also fucking suck.
Well,
so shout out
what I've
Hassan.
learned is I just hate all Americans. Hassan. thank
True.
you.
That's the real
America
answer.
deserved 9.
But he was talking. It was the whole like America deserved the 9th of the or the 11th of
Yes.
the 9th of the that thing, and then they were talking about how the Capitol riots is just like the leftist 9/11. And I'm like, no.
It's also funny because you can remember Truman's birthday because it is 1 month after the greatest day in American history.
What's the
Is it
greatest
2
day in
days?
American history?
He's February 6th because January 6th was the greatest day in American history.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nice.
Also, man,
His birthday is on the 10th of September.
Yeah. My birthday's a month after Christmas. Mine's the 25th of January. So I think that's a nicer way to remember my birthday than it's
19 days
it's
after.
19 days or whatever.
Also, man, how far do we want to go down getting the demonetized trail? Because
we're not monetized to start with. So
I could take us further. Here's a TikTok that I would like us to watch.
Oh, I loved it. I love this person. I saw the Christmas one. It was so good.
Okay, 1 second. Yes. Oh, Lakers.
Hold on. I just saw that.
Hi, interesting.
What the fuck is this?
You're not showing it on screen.
I want Pink Garfield.
What's like? Which way am I? What?
Yes, they also no.
Okay,
There you go.
There we go.
So for context, someone sent this to my group chat at like midnight last night.
It's so loud.
In some
Yes.
rare items. Fantastic. Pick one.
This is cursed.
Yes.
That's
I love
cute.
this.
How'd that get in here? That's not for
Oh, she's
sale.
fine.
Don't touch it.
Spoilers.
Oh, was I in front of you guys?
Use the
Oh, I was that high in front of you guys. I don't think this is demonetizable.
Oh, it gets better.
You saved me. Hi.
Okay, so someone sent that at the group chat at like midnight, and I jokingly was like, "Damn, I bet the presumed OnlyFans goes crazy." Guess what exists?
Of course. Yeah. Any linkers?
Any linkers? And that's why I was late to the podcast today, because I was doing investigative journalism.
Man,
But,
that kind of like.
but is the my only question is the OnlyFans like the TikTok?
Because that's what I said. I was like, OnlyFans needs more esoteric jump scare horror.
I hate that. Like that. Makes
Like
me
if it's
sad
just
inside.
if it's just this girl stood without clothes on, I'm not interested. But if it's this girl doing all this creepy shit but also with tits out, then
It's like she hasn't.
I'm also
there's-
still not gonna sign up. But
All right.
1 second, I'm googling. Okay, I found it.
I've got. Here we go. Whoa. Because she also just does stuff on other websites for free that you don't have to pay money to see.
yo, let's go! Everyone,
I hate
check
this.
it out. Check the description.
Yeah, if anyone's looking
You're
for
not putting this in the description.
at Molly Moon.
Yeah, true. Yeah, just search her name. You'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah. No paywalls. I post solo play vids.
Oh no, okay. We don't need to describe her OnlyFans content.
Jesus Christ. Thanks, Z. Thank God I'm not sharing screen anymore. 1 sec. I need to make sure I mute. 1 sec. Mute that tab.
Well, I would say that's just the model page. Here's one that's like she tried to be like creepy a little bit, but for the most part, it's just like run of the mill porn, which is honestly kind of depressing. I wanted esoteric jump scare horror in my porn.
Oh no!
What a-
so
what a-
so just
what a
to
title.
peel
Holy
back the
shit.
curtain, Z sent a link to a specific site, and
Wrong
then there is a lot of the word stepsister in bold, and I don't like it.
There's a lot of the word stepsister.
For context, the title of the second one he sent was "College Graduate Performs a Sexual Act on Her Stalker Until He Explodes."
Yep, that's verbatim what it says.
Yeah,
That's
exactly
crazy
what
that
it
you
says.
didn't say that word, considering we say "come" all the time.
Yeah, no, but I feel like just I don't know. Reading
Yeah,
my-
some of these are so cringe.
yeah.
Girl Scout exchanges cookies for huge cum shot is gross.
What a fucking deal.
Oh no! Stepsister gets stuck in my
Let's
car.
stop. Let's stop. That's
Yes,
horrible.
this maybe should not be the first thing that we talked about.
Yeah, fuck me.
That's pretty fucked.
That
Also,
Tik-
you obviously have to have her in the thumbnail now.
yeah, that TikTok was like that's the kind of stuff I genuinely wouldn't watch. I get too easily creeped out. I hate horror movie ads. Never mind horror movies. It's to the point where I've genuinely started to like when I'm on YouTube. I don't pay for YouTube Premium, whatever it's called. I probably should.
Right.
But
Sorry, for those wondering what I'm doing, Nymeria's in my lap, and she just fucking like I had my hand up here, and she just like reached up and bit me, and I wasn't even doing anything.
Being a
What the fuck,
bitch.
dude?
um,
Stupid bitch. Stupid.
But I go to the point now where I'm like, please don't show me this ad. I am a scared little boy. I cannot hack this scary movie ad. Please, please
Wait,
don't do this.
What movie is it?
Any movie, anything. I'm like, I don't want to see this. Show me like fucking like Nerf guns or some shit. I don't want to watch this.
Kiddo.
I have a similar story. In 7th grade, I saw a trailer for The Third Kind, like the Alien movie, and that shit fucked me up for like literally a year. Because I was living in a basement, and like there was windows like up top where you could like barely see out, and I was like checking that shit every fucking night. I was like, "Where's the fucking little alien dudes? Like, they're gonna get me." And so I feel.
I think I
The
told the
only
story.
time I was fucked up like that was like I was going on a school trip to Alton Towers, and the day before, fucking what's it
roller
called?
coaster broke down now.
Final Destination 3 was on.
Yeah,
And for those who don't know, that literally the start of that film is the whole like Final Destination premonition thing, and it's about the fucking roller coaster falling off the tracks and everyone getting fucking destroyed.
see, I'm not like gore doesn't really like I don't mind gory stuff, right? But for me, it's like like anything with jump scares, anything with like extreme like high intent like tension, or like when you see something moving in the background. I know like that was like a big trope. It was either jump scare or like man in background moving. You're like, "Ooh." Like, what a
Hmm.
movie is it where the fucking like kids murder their parents and from the house? That could be any movie
Insidious.
ever. Is it Insidious? I think it might be Insidious.
Yeah, I think that might be
But
the one
there's
I'm
like a
thinking of.
guy who lives in like the picture world or some crap, and he's in all the pictures.
Yes, that is Insidious.
That did me. I was done. See, whenever like at one point when the dad was like looking at the picture, then he started moving in the picture, and the guy wasn't looking. I was like, no, thank you, I'm done. That's enough
No,
for
thank
me.
you.
I'm okay.
Cat.
I tell you what is scary when you get
You
killed
don't get
in
any of
Among
that
Us.
privilege anymore. Bye.
When you get killed in Among Us, actually, you know
Yeah.
what? I've screamed at that. To be fair, it's a jump scare. I've still watch Among Us like of content all the time, so I recommend it, and I hate myself for it.
Who's still making Among Us content? I would
Everyone.
still watch it if it was happening, but none of the people I watch are doing Among Us content still.
That's why you gotta find it. See, one of my favorite clips that came out was the fucking one of the chicken nuggets clip. I think we already talked about it, but I fucking Among Us is so good. I love Among Us.
Nuggets.
It's like this guy's toast playing VR Among Us, and the button gets pressed or whatever, and some kid just goes, "I like chicken nuggets."
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, "Vote him out."
Yeah, the people playing Among Us with like children and randoms is so funny.
There's one
There's
of like
I think
soda
I think
popping.
was the one of like there was like Ray who was like maybe it wasn't Ray. I think it was like one of like an OTV/OTB and Friends kind of person
Yeah.
playing with like a kid, and then they were like they got the kid to be on their side, and then the kid betrayed them because they were like the imposter at the end. It was actually so funny because
There's
like they were like vote the kid out, and then the kid started crying, so they were like, no, don't vote the kid out, don't vote the kid out, and then like got the kid to the final, and then the kid was like, I'm bad, and then killed him.
there's one of like soda pop, and it's a fucking hilarious clip where he's like talking to this kid's like in the lobby with him, and he keeps following him to like every game, and he's like definitely like 10 years old max. And the kid's like talking like the biggest sort of crap, and then soda pop is just like, "Kid, what are you doing? Where are your friends?" And they just went really quiet. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I didn't. I was like, "Oh fuck!" It just
No, that was surprisingly nice. I could imagine like soda pop just being incredibly like rude and stuff to the kid.
I do fair. He was playing in like public Among Us lobbies where the average age was brought up significantly by him being in them. So he definitely toned himself down extremely because he wasn't swearing, or if he did swear, he was like, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Among Us is so good. Speaking of Among Us, that's it. I have no segue.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Me looking at the topic list, like,
I was gonna say, what about Among Us? How about New Year, New Us? Am I right?
Damn, let's go.
New Year Among Us.
But yeah, so what'd you guys do for New Year's?
I sat in my house. Actually, no, I went to my parents' house. That's a lie.
I sat in my house.
Yeah, like,
I went fucking crazy with it.
what'd you do?
So the day before New Year's Eve, I streamed for 24 hours and raised $405 for Extra Life. And I had like 3 hours of sleep leading into that because I tried to go to bed at like 5 or 6, and then I didn't end up getting to bed until like fucking 9, and I was like, God damn it! All right, so whatever. So we streamed 24 hours off of 3 hours of sleep, no biggie. Stayed up until like 2 a.m. afterwards because my friend Dakota was over, who helped me do drinking and drawing and my Hot One stuff. And then we were like, fuck, we got to go to bed. So we go to bed for like 6 hours because we have to wake up at 8, because at 9 we played board games for 17 hours because we were there at 9 a.m. And then we didn't leave until about 2 a.m. And then Dakota comes back to my house, and we bring our other friend, and we fucking stay up until 5 a.m. for some reason. This way to start the New Year's. Fucking, I probably tell him to go the fuck to bed. And then we wake up at like, I don't know, 1, 2 in the afternoon. Go get breakfast. Go pick up our friend. Go get food again because we went to an Asian buffet, and then we went to Power Play, which is like ghetto Dave and Buster's. It's weird because it's like got like arcades and stuff that you can like do, but it also has like attractions. Like they have like a fucking like go-kart thing. They've got a movie theater. They've got, you can like throw axes. They've got a tilt-a-whirl in there for some fucking reason. There's laser tag. There's a laser maze. There's like a bunch of like really cool shit. And so we all got drunk and fucking played children's games. And we all bought tiaras. Because that's like the tradition. Every time we go to Power Play, we have to get enough tickets to win tiaras. And then they tried to stay up until fucking like midnight something again after that. And I was like, go the fuck home. I am not staying up until like 4 a.m. for the third day in a row. And then I had school the next day.
I would have cried. I cannot be that social.
That's
my nightmare.
I would have crashed during that 24-hour stream.
Yeah, the 12-hour max stream in my mind.
I am quite simply built different. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I need to sleep. I'm a little bear.
I would literally have put like if I had only done 3 hours sleep beforehand, I would have like calculated some nap time into the stream. I would have been like, yeah, there's an extra 3 hours of sleeping. For some reason, we're not going to get through 3 of these games.
What's even crazier is that I had purchased 3 energy drinks for the day because I wanted 3 for the 24-hour stream and then 2 for board game day the next day. And I only went through 2 of the energy drinks for the 24-hour stream, and then I only went through 1 while I was at board game day. So we ended up with 2 extra energy drinks.
Oh, can I just? I had a for the first time in like years, because like I got like no sleep, and then I had to go to work early. So I got a Monster energy drink. It is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, Monster does not taste good. That's why I drink Rain Energy, today's sponsor.
That's not today's sponsor.
The Blood Dragon flavor, or Red Dragon.
And also, just on the off chance that Z has been sponsored and they haven't given any of us any money, fuck Rain. It tastes like shit and it's made by children.
Yeah, it's piss. It's chill. It's piss.
But also the cool thing about Rain, as opposed to fucking Monster, similar to Bang, 300 milligrams, baby. Double the effectiveness of a Monster.
Yeah, you're
because Monster has 160 milligrams. I got 300 because I'm a fucking addict.
I had a tin of like normal Coke the other day. I was like, shit, this shit's I'm gonna die. My little body can't handle it. Like, that's too much sugar for my. I don't know how anyone does it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I hate soda. But the cool thing about Rain Energy is 0 sugar.
About how cool he was about how he did that funny thing with the kid in Among Us.
What?
Soda popping.
Oh.
I you know what? See, energy drinks. The last time I've had one, like, was with alcohol. That's the only time I drink it. Arguably, what is the worst?
Vodka Red Bull.
That's the worst time.
Yeah,
arguably the worst time.
But the thing is, if you're having out in a shit night out, and you're like, I need the levels need to go up. I need to have a heart attack, and I need to like jump around the place and not remember it. 3 double vodka Red Bulls and you're fine. You're good to go.
Just have 3 double vodkas.
No, but then you're like tired, sleepy. Like, see if you're like excited, drunk. There's nothing better. And the next morning, when your shit smells like Red Bull, mwah.
Oh, when your shit smells like Red Bull.
Mm-hmm. Well, Red Bull smells like shit, so it's the same difference.
Oh, true.
This is officially a Scootish hate podcast because he said, hey, who wants to go see the Final Fantasy Orchestra in New York with me on Saturday? And I was like, Daddy, fly me out. And he said no. So, fuck Scootish.
Daddy, fly me out. I think I can understand why he said that.
Yeah, what? This is a fuck Z podcast.
Yeah, we're Team Scootish.
Fuck me.
Yeah, you owe Scootish an apology anyway, because you got him confused with Scooty. It's not even true.
To be fair, I feel like it turned out better the way it did.
Yeah.
Was very glad. Nothing against Scooty, however, was very glad to have Scootish on. Scootish was a treat and a half. Yeah,
such a pleasant bloke.
Yeah,
he's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, like such a chill guy. I like when I see Scootish streaming, and I'm just like, there's a lot of like streams that I like of people that I know. I'll see, and I'm like, if I watch this, I'm gonna have to like watch this. Whereas like I really like just going into Scootish streams and just like chilling.
Yeah. That's fair. I always see him on Twitter interacting, and he just seems very wholesome and very like, I'm like, yay, yay.
Yeah, legitimately just seems like very happy, like with his life and the life of his friends. He's like super like wholesome and nice.
Probably didn't appreciate Z calling him daddy.
No, he's my dad. And he knows it.
It was just daddy. That was the only issue.
Yeah, everything else he was like, I was gonna fly you out until you said daddy.
No, he just said no.
To be fair, he said, "Do you think I have money?"
I also love that we'll literally say that he didn't like the daddy thing, and then his Twitter banner literally says, "I'm the Ace champion," and it says, "Thanks, Daddy Scooty."
What I will say is, when I read this topic originally, I didn't think this was going to be Z telling us about his New Year's plan. I thought this was going to say, do we have any resolutions for the new year?
Oh yeah,
Do
we
you
can
know-
do
You know
resolutions.
the
at the end.
crazy thing is, you almost said resolutions right, but then you said revolutions for no
Yeah.
reason. You changed it to the wrong word.
Because I tried to do the S, and then my mouth was like, "No S for you, sir." And so I was like, "Let's just change it up to a V, and then we'll go from there."
Before we do go on to that, though, I just want to say, just while we're still talking about Scootish, I'm so jealous of his holiday pictures he's been posting. He
One
looks
second,
What
he's
did he
just-
do?
I don't know where he's gone, but like it looks so nice.
Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, I know the ones you're talking about because he posted a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, he's just like on a stranded fucking island, and he's holding a
Yeah.
baby pig.
One sec, see,
Yeah.
see when he says,
Yeah, that was great.
"I don't think you have," or "Do you think I have money?" Just put the picture of the fishing boat in the background with like 15 fucking rods on.
Oh yeah, you're right. Damn. Actually, the ratio of a lifetime about to happen.
No, you need remove the yes smiley face. It needs to go.
Delete, and then reply.
It's out of there.
Add this, and then say yes. Smile.
Yeah.
Bam. All right, gas me up, boys.
Okay, yeah, fair.
BRB signing into my 2 company accounts to like my own tweet.
You could have also just said "this you?" question mark would also have worked.
Yeah, this you is very
Also, can we all agree that Connell John stole being bald from me specifically, and no one else?
No, he stole it from Aiden Ross.
That would actually be insane if he was like, "This is my like Aiden."
Yeah, well, do first.
Cosplay.
You did get yours from the Top G
Andy
himself.
Tate, of course, yeah.
Mhm.
But this is like known behaviors.
And then he got it from Dana White.
Yeah.
Did he actually?
No,
Is that canon?
No, it's not canon.
Yeah, according to my Twitter feed, this tweet's doing numbers. It's been viewed by one person and it's far liked.
Let's go.
I
Actually
was on the tweet before it even existed. That's why.
It's still only gone up to 2.
But yeah, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yay, he did it.
Yepers.
We can talk about mine. I have mine on my Twitter for those who follow.
Yeah, he actually said exist. It was quite an easy one.
Yeah, mine was to get noticed by Notice Z.
That's a good
Keep
one.
waiting, buddy.
Isn't that what your like follow notification is?
Mine?
Like no Z's.
Yeah, but I can't unfollow and follow again. I followed before that existed.
You did.
I'm fairly sure you can unfollow and follow again to get it.
It doesn't do a pop up because Z tried to do it for some other thing I was doing where I was like,
I
for
did
a
try
new
to do it.
follower, I was doing something, and I went,
Okay.
no.
Well, I think you have to like technically like have unfollowed for a certain amount of time, so that way it prevents people from just spam follow unfollow and
Mhm.
ruining someone's alerts.
Yeah, because you could just fuck their alerts.
I'm fairly sure I got someone's alert to trigger again after doing it by just following again, but I can't remember. But I think I followed when they were offline, so maybe that was why.
Oh, maybe.
Mm.
That's
Because I do that sometimes. If I follow when someone's offline and they have a cool follow alert, I'll follow when they're online again afterwards. I'll like re-trigger it.
if there's someone that I know that I probably should follow but haven't followed, I always do the offline follow. Always.
Yeah, I always do
Yeah.
that. But then also like as someone who like uses OBS for streaming, I know that that's not going to work because they're just going to like go to set up
I know.
streaming, and then that's going to be at the top of the notifications.
But they're
And I
not.
do the exact same thing, but like
It's not going to be a thing though. It's not going to be like a.
yeah, they can't milk it for content because the stream will never know.
Yeah. BSD, do you want to go through yours? Yeah, for me, actually, while you're getting them up, I guess I don't know if you have it up, but for me, I have
mean, yeah, I have
literally
mine up.
nothing. I'm not a resolution kind of guy. I'm like I like to think much more short term than like a long term.
What's
'Cause-
your new week's resolution?
My new week's resolution: drink some more water. I think this is a good one.
Let's
I've been
go.
doing that.
We stand a
I don't know
healthy
why,
king.
really
I drank
think
a
it's
2 liter of
forward.
water. Let's go. Drink less Pepsi Max and drink more water. That's sort of my. I guess that's my whole resolution for the year.
That's a cringe resolution.
Yeah, Pepsi just called. They're canceling your sponsorship. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I didn't say I was gonna stop
it's called
drinking.
Pepsi Max for a reason.
It's the only thing you need to drink.
Yeah, because you need more.
Maximum amount. Drown yourself in Pepsi, please, or else it's not worth it.
Exactly. Also, I'll say it's kind of cringe that you didn't update the journey picture when I went to the effort of making you a new one.
I didn't even see it, to be completely honest.
It's flames.
Okay, let me. Okay, well, while I'm doing that, what about you, Landy? Do you have
Yeah, mine is get paid, get laid,
Gatorade.
and get Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor of this week's episode.
Woo!
I wish.
No, I want to do more content. I want to stream 10 hours a month. I want to get more into editing again, because I've fallen out of that a little bit. And I want to do some YouTube content on my own. I want to turn some streams into dreams, into memes.
Oh yeah. Mine are. I have a couple of similar ones. Rule number one. The first charity stream we did was like just a little over $1,000. And then the one we just did was like for a little over $400. So I want to do more than one charity stream this year, and I want to raise a total of $2,500 over however many charity streams I end up doing. I think
that seems very doable.
Yeah.
Did you get a stand? You got a stands read during?
I did.
Yeah. It's at the end.
It was again. He fucking. I don't. Stans normally like is offline pretty early, but both times back to back years when he fucking raids me, it's like 11:30 my time. I'm like, you son of a bitch. There's like a half hour left in the fucking thing.
It's he was on the Celeste grind. Literally, it was like 6 hours in. It was like, I'll play Celeste for a few hours, and it was like 6 hours later still playing Celeste.
I wonder what what he was doing last time.
Yeah, I was like, don't get me wrong. I'm like grateful to the max, especially for like, you know, when I'm doing the charity stream. It's like the best time to be doing it, like absolute king shit. But it's just very funny that like he normally is offline pretty early, but specifically during the charity streams, he's been streaming late.
I just kind of hype that I think, because like you get like a bunch of people there for the finale.
Yeah, like we had a lot of people there for drinking and drawing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that drinking and drawing deserved an audience though. So good.
Yeah, getting real artists. Imagine. And then me and Dakota were also there. And then Dakota was a way better of an artist than I expected him to be.
Yeah, you should not let Dakota play drinking and drawing. Not for any reason like negative of Dakota, but it just made you look so bad.
Yeah.
It was good.
Super funny. The guys were super. The guy, I forget his name.
Ian Jarnold.
Ian Jarnold, yeah.
Also known as Artful Thinking on TikTok
and
Twitch. I
Holy crap! His stuff was so good.
It's really insane.
It was crazy, and like just like using like 2 colors of pen or something. It was like insane.
It's also insane because he had like literally like a 4-hour notice. Because I had sent him a DM like in the middle of the thing, but he lives in Japan, so he woke up at like 8 p.m. my time, and I'm like, hey, or not 8 p.m. It was like 6 p.m. my time. I was like, hey, what are you doing at like 10 o'clock? And so he like went live, streamed for something for a little bit, and then hopped over to do drinking and drawing.
Okay, I'm trying to think what sort of time that would be, because I know that like
he said it was like 11 a.m. to like 1 p.m. his time is when we ended up doing it.
Okay.
So he had he still had a whole day. It was New Year's for him.
Yeah.
But he was like, I have a whole day of stuff to do after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. My mate who lives in Japan messaged like he did a call with us on Christmas Day, his time at like 8 a.m. and that was like 11 our time.
R.I.P. Straw Hat Hippie.
He's not dead.
He is. He's in Japan.
Throw it out.
Well, to be fair, Straw Hat Hippie's kind of dead at the moment, but the person behind Straw Hat Hippie is not dead. The person behind is thriving.
Nope, dead.
And then the other goals I have are to I would like to release 12 YouTube videos, ideally once a month. Do a YouTube video stream, because I have a lot of streams that need to be made into YouTube videos. I have like a list.
Can't wait for you to do no YouTube videos, and then December is just packed.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get them out.
12 days of Zemus.
Oh, now you're gonna do that.
And then host the sickest affiliate event of all time. is probably going to happen in 2023. And then win a single episode of season 2 of Task Manager. Because I cannot commit the money or the time with my current job to winning the season like I did 2 years ago. So if I can win a single episode, I will feel content.
Fraud. What a fraud gamer.
So what do you think? If you have any idea if there is one or anything, what do you think is currently the biggest or best affiliate content? Like,
I literally can't think of an affiliate event that's not Camp Ruckus. So that's like the only one I can think of.
There's probably loads you haven't heard of.
You can say Camp Ruckus is the biggest one. That's fine. That you're aware of.
Right.
Just in your sphere, of course, because like realistically.
Right, that's the thing about
loads and
affiliates.
loads
Is like
and loads.
there's
Absolutely, yeah.
nothing's gonna have like
there's
huge reach.
literally like fucking millions of affiliates. So someone will have done something else with other affiliates.
Exactly.
There'll be like an affiliate like Minecraft server or something that has that popped off and stuff.
It's where I find out the Dream SMP happened when they were all affiliates.
Fuck.
Could you imagine?
Also, god damn it, Kance has a Dane Cook Gaming Founders badge.
Yeah, he's been on it. Like Kansas and Vale have been in there.
I fucking hate those guys. For context, apparently Dane Cook just went live on Twitch yesterday for some fucking reason.
He's been live a bunch. He had been live for many times before that. It's just the first stream that people noticed that he existed.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that was like his 5th or 6th stream. He started on New Year or Christmas Eve. If you go on his Twitter, he posted like a trailer of him going live. It's just this is the day that everyone. What happened was some random came into Stan's chat and was like, "Did you know Dane Cook is live or whatever the name is?" Dane. I actually don't know who he is, so
he's a comedian.
Yeah, I googled him. By the time I was like, "Cool, it could be anyone."
Yeah.
And then Veal went fucking hard. Went into every single person's chat that would listen to him just to be like, "Dane Cook's live, Dane Cook's live," and like all of a sudden Wubby was there and like 6 other partners were all in his chat, like hyping him up to play Warzone. But he couldn't read the chat at the same time because he was playing on an Xbox.
I saw I think it was the clip that Ari uploaded that Midnight got the shout out. That was hype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three
Midnight
Veal
and yeah,
calls.
3 Veil. Yeah.
Three there.
And Veal went into his chat and just kept going, "Thanks for the follows. Thanks everyone for the follows," and like atting everyone because like the chatbot would like say like such and such is followed or whatever, and then Veal would at them and be like, "Thank you so much for the support." At one
Veil's
point,
trying to get mod is what he's
Yes.
trying to do.
Yeah, I
Yes.
said that yesterday to Kelly when he was telling me about it.
yeah,
I was
like,
like, he's so hard trying to get mod.
and then what happened was Kant said something. I can't even remember what it was, but he said so. Oh, because apparently at one point he referred to people who camp as baby back bitches, and then Kant was like, "Can we go and kill some more baby back bitches?" Then one of the mods added him on Twitch as a friend, and then messaged him and said, "Hey, we don't do that here."
Can't out here about to get banned in Dane Cook's chat. Also, quick question: who the fuck is Dane Cook?
Some dude.
Yeah, we went over this. He's an American comedian who was like really popular in like the 90s. So
Why
the
the
fact
fuck-
that
why
like
the
30 years
fuck-
later he's popping off on Twitch, people are like, what the fuck?
It also
I'm gonna
also
call
doesn't
Cance
hold up,
out.
I don't
Cance-
think.
Cance doesn't know who that is.
So
I think it's a 50-50 shot. Kance knows who it is.
apparently he has a bit of a reputation for not being a nonce, but being a lover.
Oh, fuck.
I was about to say a lover of younger women, and then realized I had this like women. The keyword there is women.
Yes.
His like girlfriend is like 24, and he met her when she was like 17 or some shit.
Oh my god, I was gonna say.
And he's like 54.
That'd be a crazy way of doing it though. Being the nonce first and then becoming a Twitch streamer.
That's normally the reverse.
Usually it's the other way.
Yeah.
Crazy. He's gonna make a Minecraft server soon. But yeah, that's been an arc on Twitch that people have got invested into. He's actually not bad at the game though. I'll give him that. I don't know much about Warzone, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, some movement, some movement. But that's been a thing. All of a sudden, Veil will be mod and fucking
Cancel
be
the band.
cancel me, man. Yeah, what a world we live in now.
Kansas just in there trying to get the stands crossover.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
actually what it is. because they probably want to do some like fucking Bros v Pro stand-up comedian or some crap.
Oh my god,
That would be insane. Atriox stands in Ludwig doing stand-up versus Dane Cook. I think they would actually fucking destroy him.
What'd you say, Lanigal? Sorry.
I said that sounds fucking dreadful.
To me, that's. But then they probably all back themselves. You know what I mean? Stan's definitely back himself.
How would you even do that? Because if they put out like a thing saying, "Oh, Ludwig Sans and Atrick are gonna do some comedy," it's just gonna be all Ludbuds, and they're all just gonna laugh at anything Ludwig says. There's maybe a chance that they'll be in a Ludwig video if they do.
Do you want to know how they do it? They hire out a. No, they don't hire out a Will Neff.
the impartial god of comedy.
No, they just like one day notice hire out like a comedy club, like a shitty random comedy club. I'm sure they exist in LA somewhere.
I think you just do go to like an open mic night or something.
Yeah, and just go. We're gonna do like a solid 5 minutes
clapometer.
And then do that, like whoever's like pogging or whatever the most pogs wins.
Yeah, but then I feel like that I don't feel like normies can be impartial there though. Because surely like normal people in a comedy club are gonna like see Dane Cook come out of nowhere and then instantly just pop off on that as well, right?
Yeah, but like I don't think he's been relevant for a while, to be frank.
Yeah, but I feel like
and he's not exactly the most.
Like if you're the kind of person who's so into comedy, you go to a comedy club, you'll recognize Dane Cook and then be like, "Yo, shit, I'm getting a free Dane Cook."
Maybe, but like, that's the fairest way you can do it. He's the pro. He gets that advantage. That's like saying whenever they do the speedrunners, going, "Well, they're not allowed to play the game that the speedrunners speedruns because that's just not fair." Because they already know that game. Like that's the point. He gets that clout. They have to be funnier than him. They have to be funnier than him so that they get the pogs. You know?
Yeah, I
or they could easily do it where like they hire out the place, they get like a bunch of like 50 impartial people. Like I say, just hire them off like fucking Craigslist or something, I don't know. And like just sit them down and then they all get like a ticket or whatever, and then by the end of it they all just vote for who they think the funniest.
Yeah. I'm
just spitballing. I don't make these things. You know what I mean?
Oh, you could. It could be like. Although I guess this maybe isn't fair as well. Maybe like they have people come out and like do like someone like does this like they get Will Neff and he like has a set written by Dane Cook.
Oh, by all of them.
By Dane Cook. So it's all.
Okay. So
yeah.
But then that doesn't.
So,
or I would just honestly just have them do it with like voice modifiers then at that point. So that way they're still giving the delivery because you don't want to like chalk it up to Will's bad timing because obviously Dane Cook
that's a part of it.
Epic god level timing.
Yeah, true. And Will Neff is not funny, so never mind.
Of course,
right.
Notoriously unfunny. Will Neff.
Just get like Aiden Ross in to do it. He's like so funny. Aiden
Ross is so funny.
W.
So cool. My favorite thing about Aiden Ross is how he's so in touch with the people.
So true.
I guess is that your transition to Aiden Ross cringe?
I was about to say, have you seen the clip? I was about to seamlessly transition it.
Nah, if we've learned anything, all of us refuse to let a seamless transition happen. We will make this shit as jagged as possible.
That was when I did an okay transition, and Z said, "Is that your transition?"
I was about to speak and go. I was about to go. Hey, did you see that clip? And then we could have just went, but. Did you see that clip of Aiden Ross on
Which
stream?
Clip? The one where Aiden Ross is very in touch with the people?
Yeah.
I saw a clip where Aiden Ross is... you include the clip here, editor.
Fuck off. No.
Aiden Ross's bodyguard broke his arm.
Basically...
his bodyguard broke his arm.
Oh, we're not talking about that one.
Yeah, well, we'll only talk about it for a second, just because he asked a question about it. But yeah, his bodyguard was doing an arm wrestle and he broke his fucking arm.
It must like once you're a certain strength, right? It must be dangerous to arm wrestle. It doesn't seem...
yeah, that's what people were saying. Was saying it's dangerous when you're that strong, but like your strength's not in the right place, like for arm wrestling, because it needs like muscle definition in like places where you don't normally like get it or build it.
Yeah,
like he's strong in the places that help him like go
Jack.
forward a bit, but the bit that's taking the impact just like fucking like flails and dies.
I hate those videos, like the ones like who was it, like Josh Man as well. He did the same thing. He broke his arm wrestling though.
Yeah.
Josh Man too strong. When you get that strong, it's dangerous.
Yeah, Josh Man bodyguard handshakes, but
So
like with
it's
two
fine,
like
but-
two
yeah.
destroyed arms that are like have both hanging out of them.
Doing that fucking handshake, but it's like flop down out of it.
They can't grab Spawn because they can't use their hands properly.
They
It's
just,
two
like,
floppy
slapping hands
hands.
Just wet fishing.
But the actual clip they were talking about was he was on stream with someone who I don't know, to be honest, and they
I
were
also
talking
did not
about.
know who it was.
That's literally Aiden Ross's content.
Yeah, that's fair.
Someone I don't know.
Yeah, and they were talking about how he asked him, "What do you think the average wage of an American is?" And he said 100K.
Yeah, 100K a
But
year.
it was less like what do you think the average wage is to like it was more like so Aiden Ross was saying like the other guy was saying like because they must have been talking about Andrew Tate or something because he said like most average people will never see a Bugatti, and then Aiden Ross
Yeah.
was like yeah because I mean like the average person gets like what $100,000 a year, and then the other guy was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
He was like, "The average wage is like 20,000 or like 30,000 or something." Is like the average.
It's like 30 to 40, I think.
I was
in
gonna
the
say,
No,
US.
it is less than that.
Even that sounds like kind of high, but also that could be the average just because of like how many like millionaires and shit.
The average U.S. salary, I guess, yeah. So average comes out to 54,000, but median, which is like the one actually in the middle, is like fucking like 24,000. It's very low.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah,
'Cause-
30 to 40,000 sounds like if you weigh up the fact that Elon Musk exists, we'll probably bring that up quite a bit.
You say that, but like there's the amount of people that aren't Elon Musk is 20 million quadrillion fucking more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter how much he has because the average is brought down so significantly.
But yeah, but like they have people that are up on that scale, so it shows how many people must be on the fucking shittest scale just to like bring it down to that level.
There's also a lot of people on the zero scale.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I mean.
The opposite end. But either way, he was so like surprised that people don't get 100K a year. That was just like
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he can't fathom existence under 100,000 a year.
Yeah, the only not redeeming, I guess, is not the right word, but like the only reason that people were like, maybe I understand what he's saying is because he's in LA, where like I'm sure the average wage is significantly higher than the rest of.
Well, he's also
the US.
like I don't know how old Aiden Ross is, but he's probably
21.
never. He's never really had like he went from like presumably having some sort of financial support from parents and stuff to then having mass amounts of wealth from his like streaming.
Are you trying to say that Aiden Ross is a nepo baby?
Are we trying to say that he's entitled? Yes.
I mean, I actually don't know if he's a nepo baby, but he could be.
He has nepo baby vibes.
I don't know. I don't know what that word means.
Basically
It's
it's like nepotism, I guess. Yeah.
like having rich parents. Like the children of celebrities are nepo babies.
Yeah, like Jaden Smith is a nepo baby.
Aiden Smith woke on Twitter. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's still a nepo baby. Like Elon Musk is a nepo baby,
Yes.
but he's also a self-made man. Self-made because he bought himself into some companies.
Sorry, I'm actually just reading the Wikipedia page for Aiden Ross right now.
I did wonder why literally no one was talking. I was like, have I accidentally muted or some shit?
No, I'm looking at trending. Apparently, Noah Schnapp, Will from Stranger Things, came out as gay on TikTok, and I'm scrolling through that Twitter thread.
I thought he came out as a nepo baby.
Insane. Congratulations for being so brave and coming out as having rich parents.
So apparently the only thing about Aiden, it doesn't say anything about his parents, so they're not like crazy like rich people. I guess they can still be well off, but the only thing that I can see is that Aiden Ross revealed that when he was 12, he was stabbed in his sleep by a mentally unstable relative.
Jesus fucking Christ!
And then they went to jail.
Hog.
So he's had it hard. Fair play to him. He earned all that money. What a G. And then also you scroll down and there's more about controversies that I cannot read. Because the first one includes the slur that begins with F.
Let's go.
Yeah, like Aiden Ross is like I think he's like at a point of like age where he shouldn't like make those mistakes anymore.
Yeah,
However, his level of maturity is also like a different level where it seems like he acts a lot more like a 16, 17-year-old, which isn't necessarily like okay or anything, but
yeah. I don't know who was talking about. I don't know. Was it the Yard? I think I was listening to the Yard where they were talking about him today. It might have been the Patreon episode where they rang not Aiden Ross, Aiden younger brothers to see what their opinions were on Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate, to see like, because one of his brothers 15, they couldn't get through to him, the other one's 19, to see like what their perception was of them. Maybe they have like a different perception on what they have on them. Basically, it's like his brother at 19 was like cringe. Which, fair enough, but don't know about the other one, because they were like, is he like, they were trying to work out what his audience was, like what Tate and like Aiden's audience was it like 15 to 19 or like 19 to 21s, or like, you know, like what demographic was it, or is it like everything in between? That was a super small example, but that's what they did. And they were talking about how like, I think Aiden Ross just has lived like a life that's so like there's been like, maybe not there's been no issues, but he doesn't understand things as well as like a lot of people would. Because the whole like thing where he tweeted saying for Biden to pardon Tate or whatever and just get him out of jail, he was on Hassan's stream saying like, why can't they just do the thing that they did with Russia with the women's NBA player, you know, the prisoner swap thing? He's like, is that not like fucking football? Can we swap one prisoner? Like, do you want a Romanian back and we'll like do a swap deal or whatever? Can we have him on loan for 6 months? Like, I don't think he understood that that's like not normal, and like that's not something that happens often. And he didn't understand that like the president can't just pardon people. Like, it doesn't really work that way. You can't just say actually he did nothing wrong. Like, he didn't understand that, and like Hassan had to like explain it to him, and then he explained to him, he was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I think he just doesn't know. It's like ignorance that he's like, maybe not ignorance, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like maybe ignorance is the right word. Yeah.
Ignorance is fine.
He's just a fucking idiot.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guess the fact that he has someone that he can go, I guess I consider it positive. Like, if he has the like not like nuance to like speak to Hassan, who is more knowledgeable on this, if they have some sort of relationship where he can ask those questions, I think that's a good thing for his audience as well, to like hear the actual answers opposed to just get Tate out of prison, let's go.
Yeah, as much as like I don't really know who he speaks to too much on the other side, but I do also kind of like that he isn't like just getting his stuff from Hassan, like he's staying with like he's trying to get like a balanced idea of like the people who he like trust and like support him like on like every side.
Yeah, but then he shaved his head to look like Tate. He's actually just an idiot, so I have no sympathy for him.
That's the
he's an interesting character. I don't really watch him or consume enough of him to say.
He definitely like he keeps having like one step forward, two steps back things for me. I'm like, Aiden Ross, okay, right, maybe eventually you'll be able to like fit in and like you'll be able to get over some of the controversies in your past, and then he does like something stupid. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
You gotta stop doing this, and then people will eventually forgive you for these things. And I know the W community already like has and will like always just be on your side.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that when someone goes out of their way to find the right information. I'm not saying he went out of his way, but at least he like accepted because there's like people like Tate, for example, and like people in that like spectrum will like whenever Andrew Tate spoke with Hassan, instead of like going, okay, I understand what you're saying, he just kept going, well, from my perspective, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, well, you've been told something. Can you not just go, okay, I never thought of that? Which I could appreciate that at least Aiden Ross went, oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, Aiden is open to the idea of possibly being wrong, whereas like a lot of people just aren't.
Yeah, which you know what, I'm not going to say he's the most amazing person in the world, but I give him credit for that, to say the very least.
Yeah, that just that one detail can go a long way.
Yeah.
I feel like Aiden Ross is like a good person who's done and is doing bad things.
Yeah, as I said, he's a bit of a idiot at times. I think that probably like he'll just hear something and go, okay, that's how it is.
And like and then a lot of the times like he's like like this makes my audience happy, so I'll do it.
Yeah,
And oops, it was actually a bad thing, but my audience still liked it, so now let's do something that rectifies that element of it.
yeah. There's just a bit too much nuance to some of the things that people do, like the whole gambling thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure trying to explain that like your audience is young and that you gambling and showing that gambling is hype is a bad thing because
Yeah.
it is more likely to get other people addicted to gambling, but they don't have 100K a year, 100K a year to spend
Yeah.
gambling. That's not the average income, my guy. Like,
Yeah, that's why you thought the average income was 100K, was because he assumed everyone else was in the
gambling. Everyone else was just winning. You know, just win.
Yeah, it's like, so everyone else gets their steak sponsorship every month, right? Like, it's got to be easy 100K.
Yeah, steak's just like a government fund, fund. They give everyone their steak cut every month. It's
Instead
like
of
your
universal
benefits.
basic income, it's your universal basic steak sponsorship.
But yeah, yeah, interesting person to say the least. We could also, speaking of steak, one other thing that I'm surprised he hasn't went to yet is Kick. That's happened since we haven't talked about it. Have any of you been on
True,
Kick?
yeah, Kick. No, I saw like I think I saw.
I want to
was it,
get
like, a
kicked in the
Logan or
nuts.
something. It's
Yeah.
just a cesspool, isn't it? It's just like
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Kick is a streaming platform.
Started by Trainwrecks and others.
It's co-founded by Trainwrecks, I think, with Stake.com as the main contributor to the website. Essentially, which was not fully disclosed at the start of the whole thing. And then he's like, well, how does that change anything? It's like, you've just made a platform for people to gamble. That's it. And
Yeah,
it's gonna
like
be amazing.
on day one, it was literally just bar for bar ripping the Twitch UI. You're like,
Which-
hey bud, what are we doing?
still is.
It was unique, from what I heard. It was unique, like stuff
Well,
like they
yeah,
did it themselves.
well,
They just copied the layout.
One thing I've heard is that I think Otto said that it seemed to be unique. Was like what was said in like.
Oh yeah, like the code itself was different, but it
also
it's visually identical.
But also, like, people have also said that there was a point in time where Twitch's code was leaked, and it's probably just that.
Which, you know what? Who cares? Really? Well,
18 plus Star Wars PS1 throw what? Sorry, I need to finish this.
What, are you on
I'm just
Steak.com?
scrolling steak.
What?
Start watching.
Oh, not
Throwback
Steak, sorry,
Thursday. Hell yeah.
Kick.com.
Oh, this is actually kind of sick.
So the thing about Kick, I typed in Kick was that one of the biggest streamers outside of Trainwrecks in the just chatting section would just have sex with prostitutes on stream.
Let's go.
Let's go! And he had
Easy.
it took like the third prostitute for him to get banned.
Yeah, and like didn't that guy just have like Ice Poseidon on like every stream as well and stuff?
Oh, I do see suspend us X Ice Poseidon sleep stream on just chatting right now. This is the third highest. There's also
immediately next to that is banned from
Yeah.
Twitch, so here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then below that is Escape the Matrix with me.
Yeah, it's fucking trash. But yeah, I think the reason Aiden doesn't go there is because fucking no one goes there.
But he
Yeah.
could be the guy. He could be the ninja of Mixer.
What is the ninja of Mixer? The guy who goes there and then rides the sinking ship and then goes back to Twitch.
Yeah, but he gets a $10 million contract in the meantime. So what do you mean?
Yeah, wait one sec.
He
This
doesn't need
person's
a 10 million contract.
sorry.
Also,
This person.
Like I don't know if Kick's gonna sponsor someone like that sort of money to go there.
So there's some guy with 0 followers just watching One Piece and just
Best.
chatting.
That's kind of To be fair,
Kick is
they're
a
probably
wasteland.
they're probably multi-streaming to Twitch.
What a funny website. There's some like the recommended, like all the streamers seem to have like average like 20 to like 30 viewers, like the ones that aren't like one viewer Andy's. And then
And like, is
there's-
it the what's his name? Naughty. He's literally streaming like a PS1 game, and like his layout is like a fucking CRT TV, and it's like actually kind of sick. So shout out that
cool.
guy specifically. And before he's like super fucking racist, but
yeah, careful. Okay, 'cause
Watching-
a lot of the people on here are there because they can't stream on Twitch, so just be careful who you support.
right. But watching his muted stream, it looks cool.
I have
Is
I have
my
They-
official
they have
endorsement.
they have a cool stream overlay,
so
and that is as far as the support goes.
the
We're
top
opening his Twitter.
the top streamer on Just Chatting at the minute is, I'm not going to say their name because it's not worth the time, but it's a Russian streamer. There is just like a girl like kind of like seductively dancing weird, not dancing, doing something just really weirdly. Like there's a kid who looks like he could be 12 drinking.
Have you guys seen the
Pog.
funniest fuck streamer on Twitch? I think Most Critical did a video about her recently, but she's like the hot tub streamer, but she like only shows like one arm on stream,
Love that.
and she just has like a big thing in like the middle that's like a countdown timer on 1 second, and then it says like string bikini like dance. When timer ends, press 1 in like type 1 in chat if you're ready, type 2 in chat if you're not ready. And she just for like 4 hours just goes, "Oh, you guys ready? Type 1 in chat."
I kind of respect that though.
Like, and it's so fucking hype. It's literally just like, apparently like she does spend like the last like 10 minutes like actually just like sitting on stream and stuff, and I'm like, nah, fuck it, you should just end stream.
Yeah.
For everyone else's context, just watch this stream and look at like what looks like a bunch of 12-year-olds drinking in like an underground nightclub in Russia. They have 14k views, but with 2k follows. And there's a stake.com sponsorship in the thing. Like,
Oh my fucking god.
Stake is a like. Tell me that kid on the right is not 12.
You're not incorrect.
Yeah.
These all look like children.
Yeah, it's like they're drinking.
I'll
and
admit,
like
it's very
a
funny
bar.
that the guy with face tattoos also looks like he's 12.
Yeah, he looks like Blastoise a wee bit.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably get temporary fist toes.
This is just a.
cool on your kick stream.
Do you know what I think we're watching here? No one on the podcast can. This is a horrible seg. I just want to get this over with. It looks like it's someone's 18th birthday, and they've hired out somewhere downstairs, and they've went, "Fuck it, should we stream it? Should we stream it?"
Stream it?
Oh yeah. But yeah, Kick is a nightmare, and it's basically just a place where Stake can send all their streamers whenever they get banned from Twitch.
I'm just a kick and life is a nightmare.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
What a horrible life.
So can I just like go live stream my balls and call that getting kicked in the balls?
I think you can do that on Kick.
Yeah, you could co-stream the Chatterbait.
There it is.
I wonder does like like how you
guys, sorry, the Kick is absolutely disgustingly bad and terrible. There's no one streaming in the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category.
What?
Cringe.
I won't say
I also
this.
noticed there was no one streaming the art category.
Destroyed by Twitch.
What I'll say is, if they had a Stake sponsorship where it's just some attractive lady in a bikini pulling a lever and like winning money constantly, I would watch that. Like a physical slot machine where they just go ka-ching, and all the money like pours out like comically on them and then goes into their hot tub with them. I think Trainwrecks needs to get me on the team. That's all I'm saying. I've got ideas. It'd be for the lesser of the human nation or the humanity as a whole. But hey, we could run it.
We could run it.
What else we gotta talk about? Everything's been kind of depressing that we've talked about. Actually, I realize there's been quite a.
Let's talk about something fun then.
And let's keep it rolling. On to this week's tier list. YouTuber apologies.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Let me make sure I've got the right. There we go. So this is my one. I just realized I didn't realize what order I put them on, but this is my one. So we were gonna talk about the whole. Well, we might still talk about it, but there was an apology video that came. Well, I say apology. It was a video that came out by Logan Paul recently addressing stuff that happened with like Cryptozoo, this stupid crypto thing, and it was supposed to be like an apology video, but it was actually just an attack and then I'm gonna sue you, fuck you video. So that got me thinking we should do a tier list of all the apologies, the best apologies that we could think of, or the ones that were at least most relevant. But of course, I didn't.
And then you left off Logan Paul.
I left out Logan Paul because I thought we were going to talk about him. The whole like I have a lapse of continuous blah blah blah.
I'll say this about Logan Paul. Who mega lol?
He's like one of the most 23 million subs on YouTube.
Dude, I wanna fucking die. I had a kid in my third hour today be like, "Does anyone remember Logan Paul?" And then he started rapping every day, bro. And he was like, "Man, Logan Paul really is the greatest rapper to ever do it." And I wanted to die. Believe it or not,
I thought
it
was
was the kid who's the Aiden Ross viewer as well.
Oh, the top G. That's fair.
Yeah.
So
I
I've
thought
done.
Libra was a Jake Paul thing.
It was both of them. And it was like Nick Crompton, the guy from England, who said England is my city
Yeah, Nick
in it
Crompton
as
was
well.
from the city of England. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done mine based on how good of McDonald's employees I think they would be.
Yeah, no, it's a Jake Paul song. I don't think Logan Paul's even in it.
Yes. I've listened to it. I've watched the Mr. Beast video where he listens to it like a million times or some
Mr.
shit.
Beast reacts.
But yeah, this is my tier list. I've done it based on how good McDonald's employees they would be. So
Interesting.
at the top, I've got. So this is my experience from working at McDonald's. I've worked there. I know the archetype. I know the mold that makes a McDonald's veteran.
Of course.
And David Dobrik has like all of the features of a McDonald's employee. He's even already got the hat on. He is rocking. He's already crying and he already hates himself. That is like peak McDonald's employee.
You just like, I just want to see that image of like David Dobrik like blown up, but then also hear like the noise of the McDonald's fryer, like where it's like beedoo 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 beedoo, just like that would just seal it.
And then like the wee when you pull the straw out, and it goes like when it used to have the plastic straws, that as well.
Clan juice.
PewDiePie, you know what? Surprisingly, there's a lot of people with dyed hair at McDonald's. A lot of people.
I think
that is not surprising.
PewDiePie probably is a franchise owner of McDonald's.
That's fair. So I've got PewDiePie in here, and David Dobrik is our guys with the 5 stars on their badges. They're the goats. The goat of McDonald's employees. Miskiff.
David Dobrik's the goat. Confirmed.
That's why I said
David
McDonald's.
Goatbrick, am I right?
I've got Miskiff in there.
Goatbrick.
So here's the thing, right? Everything bar a 5-star employee, being good means showing up. And Miskiff has got the energy of that guy who will work at McDonald's till he's 40.
I'll say though, no disrespect to anyone who watches this podcast who works at McDonald's and has ADHD, but I don't think that's a good combo.
Miskiff is actually the guy who like just like gives out like free fucking like nuggets and like extra sauce packets and shit.
Yeah, but he shows up.
Also, if they ever had like the Pokemon giveaways with the Pokemon cards, he'd be fucking stealing those.
Yeah, but like
would pocket all the Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like,
you got me on that one.
When the McDonald's thing's on, if you're not stealing, you're not doing it right.
You mean the Monopoly?
The Monopoly, sorry, yeah, when the Monopoly thing's on, if you're not stealing the free nuggets to give to the boys, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, I'll say it. Everyone on this list would steal Monopoly tickets.
Yeah, because you're stupid not to. As a former McDonald's employee who may or may not have done that, what I allegedly used to do was I would like the bag they put the money in, like a coin bag.
You used to steal the money.
So I would put. I would pour my like change in or whatever, and then I would just leave the bag sitting there. You're supposed to destroy the tickets when they give them to you. What I would do is I would just stack them all up and then take them home.
Nice.
So they get used twice allegedly.
That's why Curly has a Bugatti.
That's why I don't work at McDonald's anymore. Actually, you know, I technically still work at McDonald's. They never removed me from the system because I never quit. They just didn't give me any. They just didn't give me any more shifts.
You legally still shouldn't be getting any Monopoly. You're still an employee.
Yeah. But yeah, Miskiff gives me the energy of the guy that will always be there. He needs to be there because his mum will kick him out if he doesn't like keep the job. So he's gonna be there.
Based. Yeah.
Fine Brothers, ironically, their picture was the longest and it fucked it all up. All the rest of them were actually really good. Fine Brothers fucked it. They're the guys that are like the middle management that like don't want to be there and will do the absolute bare minimum and will like sit in the back and do fuck all.
Yeah, he'll make like the youngest like workers do all the work
everything.
for them.
Yeah, 100%.
And carry their entire reputation.
Yeah, Mini Lad shouldn't be allowed near McDonald's to start with, but if he is there,
yeah, he has to stay away from the ball pit for sure.
Yeah, he's the guy that like is in the kitchen and doesn't speak. You know what I mean? He's there.
He does kind of give me like "Don't come to school tomorrow, you're one of the good ones" vibes.
Exists.
But anyway, he just doesn't speak to anyone and just does what he has to do. I was debating putting James Charles in the dunce category,
Based.
but I don't know. All I'll say is there wasn't really a big difference in all these. These could have all just been in dunce, but I feel like there had to be 5 tiers. Keemstar gives me like the same energy as the Fine Bros, except he's just bad at everything. Like he will tell people to do things as like a manager, but like doesn't know how to do them himself. So if you ask for help, he just be like, just fucking do it. And then you do
Keemstar
it.
also hit a cat on Christmas Eve, so
What?
he hit a cat with his truck on Christmas Eve.
Did he? Is that what that meme format was? Was that what that was about?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Keemstar tweeted that like the year before.
Fair.
So everyone was tweeting it this year.
Fedmeister and James Charles, not the same person, but have the same energy. They have the energy of like James Charles will be asked to do something he doesn't want to do and will cry and be like, I'm not doing that. I hate it here. And then like go in the back and someone else will have to do it. Fedmeister has like the I'm too much of a Chad to do this. I will only do what I desire.
Fair.
Shane Dawson wouldn't show up. He would be like the guy who like all of these people actually at the bottom, right? Would show up for the first day, realize that they actually have to do work, and then not show up, and then just like leave halfway through the first shift and never come back.
Oh shit! So Fedmeister, what it would do is if he did something wrong, some like a manager would tell him he did something wrong, then he'd disappear for 6 months, come back jacked with a cat,
A dog.
and act like
Yeah,
act like
dog,
he did,
excuse
act
you.
like, a dog, and then act like he did nothing wrong.
I still work here, right?
And then Tanner would like be so bad at a job that she'd cause like a massive queue to form, and then everyone in that queue would start dehydrating and pass out.
Shane Dawson would be jerking
And
off
if you
in the
think
back.
you
And
die,
then
imagine if that was real. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
yeah, and what are you saying? Shane Dawson will be jerking off in the back and then somehow
Yeah,
come on someone in the.
sucking off a cat in the air.
Anyway, that's my tier list. This is Land Eagles, I think.
So mine is less of a tier list. More what kind of like Pokemon team they would use. So let me pull up the
So you have Miskif
the
at
image
top.
full so I can see it. It's not based on anything. It's just based
But
on
it is based.
how hype I think they are. Yeah. So Mizkif just like he would just use like 3 pseudo legendaries and like box legendaries and stuff. Like he's like, oh I thought we were playing anything goes.
Yeah,
Just letting anything he does.
He's like, you know those videos where you watch the guys like use like a shitty stall team and beat the like kid who has like 6
Yeah, he's
Arceuses.
the kid who has like the 6 actors. Yeah, and then the Fine Bros, they like don't understand anything past Gen 3. They're like, what do you mean physical and special moves?
What's a fairy type?
Yeah, what's a fairy type? And James Charles only uses Pokemon he finds cute. Shane Dawson only uses Purloin. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. PewDiePie stays on top of the meta, so like he was using Dracovish, now he's using Fluttermane and Palafin. And then Keemstar only uses Gen 1 Pokemon and has a Charizard as his ace. And then fucking Humega everyone else.
Yeah, you couldn't think of funny jokes for the rest of these people.
No,
even though
I told you this, Kelly. I did not know who any of these people were.
and then I went, hey, open up the document where I wrote down who every single person was.
Yeah, I also like I said this before the podcast. I thought this image of Tanner was actually just Millie Bobby Brown. So I almost made like a joke about Stranger Things. Yeah, because I thought it was Millie Bobby Brown apologizing for Enola Holmes 2 existing.
Yeah, for context, this is one of the OD tier lists where I actually made it. I don't. Has anyone ever made
you
their own
physically
tier
made
list?
it.
Yeah.
We've done a couple of made ones before. I've made one before. I forgot which one it was, but I remember having to go out of my way to make one because it was so niche that it didn't exist.
The crazy thing is the columns one wasn't made. That was just a normal one.
Yeah, that is just something that Truthmade found.
Yeah, I can't remember which one you did make, Z. I know you definitely made one of them.
All right, kid. Would anyone like to guess as to what I've done here?
I swear to God, is it have sex with?
No, Jesus Christ.
I just have the
Although
note right
pretty
there.
funny because I did tell you before this that Tana could get it and that James Charles could get it. So them being up top does lend credence to that.
If there's no one else.
which validates my point even more.
That's why I like it.
If there's no one else, I can get tag teamed by the Fine Bros, I guess.
If I have to.
What is this?
Uh,
I really can't guess.
It's who would you squad up in Fortnite with? It's
Ooh.
who would you want to be on a team with on Minecraft Mondays? Keepstar on no.
No smile.
Mondays, no smile. Also, I'm fairly sure.
One
what's it
sec.
called?
One sec.
Mini nonce or whatever he's called. He was a Minecrafter or something.
Is the answer who you would let babysit your cat?
Shit! How does he do it? That is exactly what it is. That is in fact why Shane Dawson is on the bottom of the bottom tier.
Also good that Keepstar's on there.
Is that actually it? Have I fucking
It's literally 100% verbatim who I would let babysit my cat.
When I seen, I was like, no PewDiePie. I was like, why would Z like PewDiePie? I'm pretty sure you don't like him. I was like, what?
I'm like indifferent on him.
I was like, he has animals. I know that.
And
I was like, it's something to do with animals because I've seen PewDiePie at the top and Shane Dawson at the bottom. I was like, this is something to do with animals.
That's something to do with animals.
Oh, that's crazy. You would think that was scripted. I genuinely think that. I can't believe it.
But yeah, PewDiePie, he's had like 2 dogs forever. Unfortunately, his one-eyed pug just passed away very recently, actually. Pour one out for Maya.
And Maya the streamer.
Pour one out for Maya and Maya. And then Tana, she just seems like she has like a dog that she like spoils to fucking the end of the earth.
One of those purse dogs, like the ones they keep in the handbag.
Exactly. And Jessie deserves to be a purse cat, honestly. So Tana can make Jessie her purse cat. James Charles also just has the vibe of someone who like takes care of animals pretty well. Fed, obviously we know he knows how to take care of a dog. He's gonna like get jacked and work out with Jessie in the background.
Hopefully Jessie doesn't come back absolutely ripped.
Yeah. If there's no one else, it's just kind of like my mid tier. I have no strong opinions on David Dobrik or the Fine Brothers' ability to take care of animals. Miz has access to help taking care of animals, but Miz himself, I feel like, does not do a great job at taking care of animals.
He has a lot of animals and he does just let walk around. The fact that his rabbit used to just walk around his room kind of like didn't sit right with me.
Well, we used to let our bunny rabbit, because keep in mind we had 4 cats at the time. We used to let our bunny rabbit just roam around the apartment.
Yeah, but that's different. You're like actively paying attention to it. Like this is like him just streaming, and like he'll turn around and be like, "Oh, the rabbit is like this is."
The rabbit is just
eating. Yeah, the rabbit is shitting everywhere and has just eaten my webcam mic. Or
I don't know how full cam we can get me, but my fucking cord is like gnawed through from the bunny rabbit getting free roam of the house.
This is about as big as we can get you on this screen that I can be bothered to do.
Yeah, you're good. Where to go?
By the way, I looked it up, Z. The only tier list you've made.
Oh wait, 1 sec. Oops.
British Food Curly sent me. Notice the Z streamer friends and Task Manager Season 1 tasks. So
I could have made it offline, but yeah, Bunny chewed through my Xbox 360 cord, which is why like every now and then like pause will be pushed down or like right trigger will be pushed down because like we played Fall Guys the one time and my character just had his hands out the entire time. I was like, what is happening? It's because my controller just kind of fucked because it's like been like semi gnawed through by the bunny.
Fair.
And then I don't know who this bitch is, honestly.
You should honestly, I just put her in. I didn't know who she was, but I recommend looking. What's her name? It's like Tara Lee.
Laura Lee, fuck you, and your shit crying.
Look up her. I just realized.
Fine, 1v1.
Look up her apology video. It is very funny.
And then Keeps are obviously no cat. I'm not letting a pedophile near the cat, and I'm not letting Shane Dawson near the cat for obvious reasons.
How to get a haircut after.
I mean, is a pedophile that bad at looking after a cat?
Yes. I just don't want to associate with
One sec.
pedophiles in general.
What age,
So,
what age is the cat?
Jesse is 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, fair
prime
enough. Yeah, fair
age.
enough. No. Yeah, that's hype. That was a nice quick tier list. I was like, let's not do
Fucking 2-hour long, 50
Yeah.
entry
I like how none of us
Star
actually
Wars
did
tier
it.
list.
None of us did it based on the actual apology videos.
Of
Yeah.
course. Why would
Also,
we?
also, which one would the apology video for Miskiff be? Because I think if you go in on his long stream where he made jokes and made light of sexual,
I took the screenshot
Sexual
from the
assault.
video. I took the screenshot from the actual video. So
Yeah.
that one, not the one where he was extremely like literally the reason he's not on the board at OTK anymore.
yeah, it was so fucking cringe.
It played Mario and like okay, yeah, it was the cringiest thing I've ever
Yeah.
experienced. We already talked about it, I think, on a different podcast. So yeah, thanks for deleting that as I was about to read it.
I was like, can I control Z for someone else?
Lanigal, you know more about this, please partake. Please.
Yeah,
So keep in mind, if you ever want us to talk about something specific, leave a comment or join the Discord, and we have a content suggestion channel where you can leave topics. This topic was submitted by Judah the Nose. Line Eagle, take it away.
Everyone's favorite Judah the Nose. Thank you for submitting this this content idea of talking about Smart Calendar 1874. If any of you are unaware of Smart Calendar 1874,
I am.
They are a Reddit user who posted the infamous Reddit post of. Let me just pull it up so I can verbatim it.
Scooty responded. He was like, I stole it. I didn't buy it.
Of how would you get a small cylinder, 5.1 inch length and 4.5 inch girth, unstuck from a mini M&M's tube filled with butter and microwave mashed banana?
Hey, yo. What
This
the
was-
fuck?
This absolute fire, and this was just in Ask Reddit, not any kind of like NSFW or like jokey Reddit. And yeah, so then it was immediately met by people saying, dude, just be honest, that you're talking about your penis. And this guy was just adamant that he was talking about his cylinder.
Yeah, so the reason that this went so viral, I'm pretty sure it's to do with the other things that he has commented before. And
It was not after. It was so like so this person would like keep using that same account to like go on different, like many different subreddits and just like ask like questions about other random things, and then every time people in the comments would be like, how's the cylinder, is your dick still sucking, and like how would this affect cylinders and things like that. So everyone was just like jumping on. I've just looked on Reddit now and I believe the account is now gone, which is very sad.
it's still here. I found it.
Did you? I typed it in and like looked at people, and then there's an r/smart calendar, but not a user.
No, there's user smart calendar 1874, right?
Yeah.
I can find them here. Some guy on like literally said got all D's in my classes, and he said getting D's to get the D. I get the logic there. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
All D's nuts in your mouth.
This it basically I need to find out all this crap. So basically he just like became like semi-internet famous, and for some reason it doesn't want to load up a lot of his older posts. Oh, there we go. But there was definitely something before, and it just got to the point where people would just reply like to anything that he had ever done previously with that. Yeah, like I'm like, so that was his second ever post on Reddit, I'm fairly sure. And the only one before that was, what do you call a gay long neck dinosaur that just had sex? A brontosaurus.
Fine.
And then the very next one was, how would you get a small cylinder unstuck, which got 34k upvotes on Reddit. Sorry, I've just seen the top comment below that was, there is no small cylinder. It sounds like you have a perfectly adequate cylinder to me. Average size, you might say.
You know, honestly, a large cylinder. Too big, some might say.
Sorry, I've also just seen another fire comment where someone says, stupid, sexy green M&M. Let's see if we can find the answer.
What, how to get it unstuck?
Yeah, need to get air in there to release the pressure. I would advise using a high-powered drill to drill a hole in the bottom of the M&M container. This will allow air to enter. The larger the drill, the better. Then he replies saying, "I can't risk power tools damaging the interior cylinder." And then someone says, "Seriously, go to the ER before your cylinder dies. Your lack of oxygen / blood flow. It will be fine. Just say you tripped in the kitchen. Everyone will agree that that's definitely what happened. It happens all the time. I'm also concerned the banana will give your cylinder an infection if they are in contact with more than an hour. It is also possible that you're stuck in Antarctica. Gently use a nail file or some sandpaper on the corner of the bottom edge of the plastic tube to slowly remove the plastic until there's a hole. With persistence, you can gently remove material around the edge of the bottom, and then you can find a way to remove the tube from your cylinder. Good luck, and may the universe preserve your cylinder until it's free." See. The clinical science. There's most people are just saying go to the hospital, and then someone just said buy a flashlight next time.
Wait, fleshlights? Where are we talking about penises?
No. We're talking about small cylinders. Sorry, average to big cylinders.
Large cylinders.
Large cylinders.
Very large and girthy cylinders.
Also, for anyone that cares, below that comment, someone has given advice on how to make a homemade flashlight. So put a latex glove, fingers down.
You can use your homemade flashlight to watch the girl that we were talking about earlier.
Jesus Christ.
Could have got my whole life without talking about her again.
I don't want to ever watch that TikTok ever again. It genuinely scared me.
If it makes you feel better, that's apparently one of the more mild ones on her page. Apparently, most of them end up with her like killing you.
That does not make me feel better. That really doesn't.
But yeah, thanks Judah for letting us talk about cylinders. That ends this week's section of user call-ins suggestions. Woo!
Next week we will take one from Simon, maybe. Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
You better suggest something good, Simon.
Yeah, no pressure. You already have suggested something though, so it is what it is. Oh shit, I fucked
Yeah, I
it.
can't believe he suggested one entire topic.
Yeah, one whole thing.
One singular topic.
We don't really have we could talk about the whole Logan Paul Cappyzilla as I put it on the sheet. Do you want to talk about that?
I don't really know what happened, so if someone could explain it a bit.
Okay, I can do it unless Z knows.
Because yesterday you were talking about because spoilers. We almost recorded this Wednesday, and then I woke up feeling like shit, and I was like, "You guys want to do a 2-person podcast?" And Lanu was like, "I don't know what to talk about." Curly was like, "I could talk about this Logan Paul shit for 2 hours by myself." So
I said if
pop off,
King
King.
Start going, we'll just talk about Pokemon for hours. So
yeah, I'll do the TLDR like thing. So Logan Paul 2 years ago started a project called Cryptozoo. It's basically you buy eggs and get zoo tokens, and you also get pictures of animals that are like merged together. So you get like a fucking panda with an elephant trunk or whatever.
Oh, that's
it worked for a little while, then it stopped working.
Right.
Then he went silent and nothing was heard about it, and the price like tanked. Coffeezilla looked into it and was like, why what's that sex? Sorry. Why are you going and correcting my fucking grammar in a thing we're about to delete? He went in and like investigated and found out he was working with this guy called Eddie Ibanez, who was like a scammer and like had convinced people that he like helped some American football team win a Super Bowl.
Was the guy from the from that? Do you remember when the guy like scammed the Pokemon people with the open?
Yeah, I've got to get to him. Don't worry, I'll get to him. Yeah.
I thought he was involved. But
He is. So there was two people. He hired like a bunch of people to get it sorted. So the original investors were going to be Jake, not Jake. Sorry, that technically yes, but that's Crypto King's name, who is also the Pokemon guy. The Pokemon guy that we'll talk about, Eddie Ibanez, Jeff, who is Logan's manager, Logan, and I think someone else.
Okay, for life, baby.
They are all like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this project, and instead of like doing pre-purchases, we will just release it and not tell anyone, so that we can buy up all the coins, and then we can pump and dump basically.
Right. Okay.
And that was the plan, because if they do it like pre-sale, then there's loads of more like legal actions they have to take. What ended up happening was it was supposed to go to like 120 million cap, but it didn't. It got to 40 million because some bots found out about the token. But it was but it was actually Crypto King, aka the Pokemon card guy.
Oh, right. So he scammed the scammers.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. They were trying
So
to pump
honestly,
and dump.
kind of based when you think about it.
Yeah, get fucking destroyed.
So what happened was him and Eddie Ibanez made about Eddie. I think Eddie Ibanez ended up like making like 1.2 million in the pump and dump thing, and Crypto King, aka Pokemon guy, made like 6 million. Allegedly, like that's the estimated amounts per CoffeeZilla. But Logan Paul actually never sold any of his things, and neither did the other guy, his manager. So they're technically
Wait, so they're holding the bag.
no, they technically didn't make any money because they believed in the product so much.
Yeah, because they're still holding the fucking bag.
So they still have all the coins, and it's
Oh my
supposed to
god!
be.
So
Cryptozoo isn't just a cryptocurrency for context; it's also an NFT thing where you can play the game.
So
It's a game where you like breed creatures and stuff, and he described it as wanting to make the next Pokemon.
So Logan Paul tried to do a rug pull, got rug pulled, and now he's getting absolutely slammed for it and made literally no fucking money.
Yeah,
and got absolutely destroyed. That's so funny.
So what happened was CoffeeZilla looked into all the people, found out that Eddie Ibanez was a like notorious scammer who had like scammed billionaires, and that what happened was the developer never finished developing the game because they never paid him. But it turns out he said he had a team of 30 engineers. He only had a team of like 3. And it turns out the guy that they hired to make the game was also a scammer.
And stole the code and ran off to Switzerland.
Yeah, stole the code, ran off to Switzerland.
So
demanded.
He got scammed by every fucking person he got involved with.
Bar Jeff, his manager, the goat, and this whole situation. Jeff's the goat. So basically CoffeeZilla like exposed that as a whole thing and went, it's obviously not common because like all these people have lost so much money, blah blah blah. Yeah. So then Logan was like, okay, make a video, it's gonna come out or whatever. CoffeeZilla, he's like, I respect Steven or whatever his name is, CoffeeZilla, for making such a great bit of entertainment, but everything he said is like fake and wrong, whatever. So
he did do that funny Photoshop of CoffeeZilla's face though.
So yeah, that video comes out. The fact that the guy who made the code was a scammer wasn't known by CoffeeZilla or wasn't revealed by CoffeeZilla. It was Logan who said that in his video and went, "Oh, but you didn't know that this guy was a criminal and like had like been to jail multiple times or whatever."
Whose side is he on?
Well, because he wanted to expose the fact that CoffeeZilla purposely withheld that information.
But that information would only help CoffeeZilla's argument of the fact that it's all scam.
To a degree, yeah. But Logan in his head was like, I got you, bitch. You deliberately went into your own narrative by withholding that information. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well... And then Logan was like, well, what kind of idiot would work with a scammer? It's like, well, this guy or whatever. And then instead of saying, I fucked up...
He did self-dunk himself, which is kind of funny.
He did, but then in the very next sentence, instead of saying, I fucked up, he went... Well, I hired a team to investigate the recruiting process, and I guess they didn't do their job correctly. And it's like, so every single person that you hired Failed.
Fucked you over.
Failed.
Yeah. Logan's main argument was, I'm not a criminal. Every single person I hired to work on the project was a
Is
criminal.
I'm not a criminal.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking loser schmuck.
Yeah.
I'm just the fucking worst person. I'm the easiest person to scam while going into business with. Is what he
So
said.
do you know what else he said? He kept saying like everything Coffeezilla did was like had like an agenda or like a established bias against Logan, right? And then he
Right.
said, you know, Coffeezilla has tried to work with the police before, but they considered him an unreliable source and like something else. I can't remember what he said. But you know what I realized from that statement? Logan is doing exactly what he accused Coffeezilla of doing, and going, bro, just trust me. They said that.
Yeah.
Didn't give any sources to who the police that he spoke to or who the people were that he spoke to get that information. He just said the police said that they tried to work with him before and he wasn't good. Trust me, bro. which is the complete whereas opposed to Coffeezilla, who actively went out of his way to find like sources and like to reach out to them. And that what happened was Logan was like, he never reached out to me for comment. So turns out Coffeezilla did reach out to him for comment. Logan didn't reply, so then he messaged his manager 2 times via email, Jeff, the man we spoke about, and he also spoke to Jeff on the phone to speak to Logan, and the conversation's crazy. I recommend listening to it. Jeff is a goat because he's an idiot. Because during the conversation, Coffeezilla's like, "Hey, I'm reaching out to you because I want to get information on this." This was in like 2021, right? Like, I want to get information on this. I'm giving you a call to see if you have any comment on it before I like look into it more, blah blah blah. If you want to give your side of the story, basically.
Yeah.
And Jeff's like, no comment. But I need you to know that like your job as a journalist is to verify information. Or he didn't say journalist. He uses another word to patronize him. Basically, is to verify this information, and you can't post things without verifying. And he goes, "Yep, that's why I'm calling you." And then he just repeats the same thing again. He's like, "Yep, that is why I am calling you to verify the information." But Logan eventually was like, "I couldn't talk about it because there was an a open court case against your man Ibanez, who's a scammer. So I'm not allowed to talk about it." But he's allowed to talk about it now.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah, even though it's still ongoing, now he can talk about it because Coffeezilla's already exposed it.
Yeah.
Then he just says, "I'm going to sue you, Coffeezilla, for defamation." Rip Bozo. Oh, also, Cryptozoo's coming out next year. Yeah, let's go!
I did see it coming out like 2023/24 or something.
24. Yeah.
Which is it, dude?
Yeah, which means it's not coming out probably. Then he went on Impulsive, his podcast, invited Coffeezilla on. Coffeezilla was like, "Why the fuck would I come on your podcast if you've just said you're gonna sue me? This like it's a trap." And then there was they talked back and forth on Twitter where Coffeezilla was like, "I did try to reach out to you, and you didn't reply to me, so that's why I reached out to your manager," almost as if that's his job. To like
and then Logan was like, "Well, am I supposed to check every DM?"
Yeah, and he's like, "Am I supposed to check every DM?" And he's like, because technically he sent them an email directly. Logan sent third attempt for comment. He's like, "Well, it wasn't the third attempt." He was like, "Yeah, because I went through like your manager for 2 of them," and then he was like, "I also actually messaged you on Instagram." And then Logan was like, "Well, am I supposed to check them all?" And it was like, "No, that's why you have a manager, and that's why I messaged and rang your manager to speak to him because I couldn't speak to you." And then it's like you literally like self-reported on yourself, Logan. Like you tried to like do all these like goatee like techniques to like make it out like it's so stupid.
But also it's like if you're gonna claim that someone hasn't invited you on, yes, it is your job to check all your DMs.
Yeah.
If that's what if you're gonna like boldly claim it's like you never reached out. If you're gonna say shit like that, yes, it is your job to check it.
And you know how long that takes? 5 minutes to go to look up the person on every social media you have and click DMs and to read them. Like it takes 5 minutes. If you're gonna make like that's actually shorter than the video that you made, 7-minute video. And then he went on Impulsive, like his podcast, where they actually just did a whole addressing all the controversies because apparently he had made some cringe comments about Christianity or something about his friend. I don't know. Don't care about that. who gives a fuck about that part of it? Everyone only listened to the first half.
Yeah.
Where he talked about it. Where the first, so he has the guy whose name I don't. Mike, is it Mike? No, there's Mike, who's like the guy who used to go out with Lana Rhodes. That's the only reason I know who he is.
Sure.
Right, okay.
Google Lana Rhodes in your own time.
Get that homemade flashlight ready.
But he was like, I'll be the devil advocate here and I'll ask the questions, like, you know, blah blah blah. And the first thing he asked him was, why did you sign off the email as logs? Because instead of at the end of the email he said like kind regards whoever, he said logs, sorry, LOGS. It's like that's the first question. That's what everyone wanted to know. That's
True.
it. And then he kept asking a bunch of like pussy ass questions and he didn't give any like real responses. And then the other guy was all like, hey, do you know, like, they don't really give a crap about, like, he actually hit him with like a real question where he was like, you know, no one's really concerned about the fact that you want to sue him or he wants to sue you. It's the fact that you can say all this stuff's been going on, but it took you a year and a half to actually ever discuss it. And if he didn't make that video, you would never have discussed it and nothing would ever have happened. It makes you look like a real dickhead. And it's like, not only that, you have the disposable income, but you've told people, all these fans, all these loyal fans, that like, you know, they should invest the money in this because you're going to back it, and then you just leave. And it doesn't even matter what he says or you say, you've just scammed these people out of money. And instead of being, and then he sort of just went like, oh, yeah, that's not PogChamp. Like that was didn't say that, but like, in basically in that ilk. And he didn't answer anything. He didn't take any responsibility. He basically just went, well, you know, I paid this team to vet and do all this stuff, and then they didn't. And you're like, yeah, but like, yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you put the project together. You're the main investor. You're the main everything. Like that's how it works. Like, you're a part. You need to take some responsibility. You hired these people, even if you paid a team to vet the people. You also hired those people.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that he's like, no, I'm gonna sue you for defamation, blah blah blah. It's like, off, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I did see Stans posted on Twitter a reply to CoffeeZilla about the whole lawsuit thing. Like, Logan did this thing where he like zoomed in CoffeeZilla's face, so he had like tiny eyes and nose and stuff.
Yeah.
And Stans replied, being like,
I'll say it as much, like, I didn't really watch the videos or anything. Logan Paul wins the entire argument and is absolved of all crimes because he did that funny noise.
I don't have the pictures handy. If anyone else has it, that'd be great. But Stans posted a response because he got someone to do it for him as well, and was like,
I know Stans is currently the Discord pro like banner, but I don't know if I can grab
He's
that.
like, I stand in solidarity, brother.
yeah, it's just a funny picture. Yeah, the whole thing is basically CoffeeZilla was a journalist who actually went out of his way. I'm going to use the word journalist. Fucking, I don't know what else. Internet researcher, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Who went out of his way to find the information. Maybe Logan has some degree of argument that he had like a story that he wanted to get out. But that's like how 99% of the media is done. Most people aren't. Most subconscious bias exists in every single human being. Especially if you previously have scammed other people with another crypto coin that didn't work either. And like you've done other things that were not successful, and this is just one. Another point that I didn't make was that in between Cryptozoo veiling, he did another NFT project that succeeded. So as far as you could tell, he had just abandoned it and moved on to the next one. And like, because he didn't communicate any of that, and it's not like he had no time. It was like a year and a half in the making, the video. So, you know, he fucked himself, and instead of just Stan said that he should just ignore it, and you know what, he probably could have just ignored it and it would have been fine. But it's the fact that he's came back out, and instead of just apologizing, like he's like, shit, I made a mistake, let's try and get it going. Sorry, man. Here's the deal. I couldn't do this stuff because whatever. He's done the wrong thing and going, like, you're an asshole. I didn't want people to know that information. I gotta sue you for defamation. Like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's when you've called me out, I'm gonna sue you now. Instead of like you would never have brought it up if he hadn't made that video. Cryptozoo would never apparently exist. Stupid. But I think I did a good job summing that up quite quickly. TLDR, Logan Paul's an asshole. Crypto's cringe. NFTs are also cringe.
Tune in
Godzilla,
next week for
very good.
Curly's video essay of the week.
I could do that.
A
So what
topic
you
to
say
rant
is
about every week.
that Cryptozoo is going to the moon, yeah?
Yeah,
We are saying invest now.
Speaking of going to the moon,
Let's fucking go! We're going to the moon, baby! Tomorrow, if you're watching this the day this podcast goes live, the 5th,
Today, probably.
tomorrow, January 6th, the anniversary of the greatest day in
that's right
American
now,
history.
That's today. It's
That's
1
the
a.m.
day.
on the 6th. That's today.
Well, it's going to take me like a few hours to upload this. When you watch this podcast, it's probably happening today.
Today,
If-
January 6th, free
After
game
you
Friday.
finish watching this podcast, we'll all be live.
Yes, because the free game Friday this week is Kerbal Space Program, and I challenge these motherfuckers to a space race. We're all going to space. We're gonna see we're all gonna play Kerbal Space Program. None of us have played before, and the first person into the moon fucking wins. It's the LSF space race,
You
baby.
fucking
Tune in.
challenged us.
Be there or be square.
You challenged us. Excuse fucking me.
Yeah, the best part was I actually said no, but I guess I'm doing it then. No matter. I said I'm
Curly still
gonna.
thinks he has free agency in this org. The
Yeah.
absolute buffoon.
Yeah, I
I've
literally
never
said.
played, I just know it's Pog. And then I said, never played, but absolutely. First one to the moon wins or something. The great LSF space race. I just want to point that out. It's my fucking idea. Let's.
And then I said I'm okay. I literally just gonna chill on Friday, and now I'm
now you're in this.
and now I'm in it. So let's go.
Welcome. I actually need to make sure I get it on Free Game Friday because I don't really want to pay for it when it's free.
Yeah, what's
Well,
the
it's-
fucking?
It's live for a week. That's normally how free game Fridays work. Is like people will be able to watch me play the game and then decide for themselves if they want to go get it and then choose to be able to download it. But with the fucking 15 days thing, it was you had 24 hours to get each game and it was really fucking annoying. And I missed the first two. I paid for the shitty racing game we played
Shouldn't
at
have
2 in the
done
morning.
Shouldn't
I
have
didn't
done
see you play the shitty racing game, but that's very funny.
I paid $4 whole and I was furious.
that. You're stupid. Sorry, I have to.
For the journalistic integrity, I had to. We had to do every free game offered by the
Yo,
Epic.
a discount of $30 on Kerbal Space Program, Pog.
Sheesh.
Is Kerbal Space Program $30?
Apparently.
Nah, that better not be like if I go on Steam, it better be cheaper than that. Imagine I check it, I've already got it on Steam.
Yeah, it's free now. What are you talking about? It's tomorrow. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Yeah, I'm downloading it now. So I don't forget. Yeah.
Wait. Does that mean in library?
If you're watching this now, go over to twitch.tv/noticez or twitch.tv/sandygill22_25 or twitch.tv/curlyada1 and watch us play Kerbal Space Program. It is free and it is on the show, the free game Friday that Noticez does every Friday. Pog.
Pog.
And you know what else?
That's the end of the podcast, baby.
Let's go. So you can go and check right now and you won't miss anything.
I do have Kerbal Space Program on Steam already. Hi.
Light Eagle's hustling us. He's just getting us to agree to like give out 10 free subs.
I've got 2 DLCs as well.
It says game hours played 150 hours. What the fuck? Who'd be playing that on my PC? What the fuck? Yeah, thanks.
Where can you actually see how many hours played?
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Sorry, I
Bye.
was still going.
I don't give a fuck. Bye.